It's crazy to think that a ride at Universal Studios Hollywood made me so nauseous that I ended up closing my eyes for half the ride. And the most disappointing attraction? It cost Universal over $500 million to build. But I'm going to tell you why it's a complete waste of your time. Stick around because I'm giving you the good, the bad, and the ugly of every single ride at Universal Studios Hollywood. I'm going to give you the brutal, honest truth about what's worth your time and what's going to leave you feeling ripped off. We're going through them in a randomized order, so don't jump ahead thinking that's where all the best rides will be. Let's start with The Secret Life of Pets Off the Leash. The good news, it's perfect for really young kids. We're talking 3 to 6 year olds.
This ride's a little jankety. All the cars are made out of cardboard.
Hope it's safe.
The theming is colorful and bright. It's indoors with air conditioning, and the wait times are usually pretty short. It's also got a decent amount of humor. I mean, look at what happened to me and Mike on this ride.
Now available at the Wiener Kingdom.
All right, so Mike and I are in the same box. Let me show you something real quick.
Yeah, boy.
But here's the bad news. This ride feels incredibly basic, extremely short, and if you're over 8 years old, you might find yourself bored out of your mind. The ride vehicles barely move, and the whole experience feels cheap compared to what other Universal attractions offer.
That was actually warm.
I was about to say, it felt hot in
It's not terrible, mind you,
It's a celebration!
but it's going to take a bit of extra effort on your end to find some enjoyment with this Secret Life of Pets attraction.
She's over here like making fun of us because of what she saw on the side.
Your box said Wiener Kingdom.
There's 2 guys in it.
Wiener Kingdom.
Next up is Transformers The Ride 3D. This one's a mixed bag. On the positive side, the 3D technology is impressive. It's high energy and action-packed, and if you're a Transformers fan, you'll probably love the immersion. The practical set mixed with screens creates some cool moments, but here's where it all falls apart. It's almost entirely screen-based with no real physical thrills. The story is nearly impossible to follow if you haven't seen the movies, and those 3D glasses get uncomfortable fast. Plus, like a lot of screen rides, it can make you motion sick. It feels more like a really long commercial than an actual attraction. Strangely enough, I find that the meet and greet with the Transformers is equally as enjoyable as the ride itself, if not more so. Yes, it's just someone in an elaborate costume, but this experience will almost make you feel like they're real. You might even end up swearing your allegiance to them in their quest to find the Allspark.
Decepticons, rise! Listen to me closely, you pathetic little meat puppets. The one of you who brings the Allspark to me and my Decepticon army, I will allow to live as my pet. The rest of you, the Autobots, will not protect you. They were defeated on Cybertron, and I will defeat them here on this miserable rock you call Earth as well. Your only hope is to pledge your undying allegiance to the Decepticons, and when you step forward before me into this recruit zone, kneel down, beg me for mercy, and proclaim, "All hail Lord Megatron!" Now, let us see if perhaps one among you possesses spine enough to be a Decepticon. Oh, good. A Hufflepuff. Just what I always wanted in my ranks. Yes, that's what I like to see. Rise. Raise your fist in the air like you will when I defeat Optimus Prime.
Oh, hell, Lord Megatron!
Yes! Pay attention, you other meat puppets. This is how it's done. Go, find me the Allspark.
I'll get it!
Bring it to me.
Looks like a lot of other people are bowing down now as well.
Despicable Me Minion Mayhem is another family-focused simulator. The positive? It's great for families with young kids. The minions are cute and entertaining, and there's a fun pre-show while you wait. It's also indoors, which is nice on those hot days. But the negatives? This is one of the most basic simulator rides I've ever experienced. The motion is jerky and can cause serious motion sickness. I've seen kids come off this ride looking green. The pre-shows are longer than the actual ride, and if you're looking for any kind of thrill, you're going to be disappointed. It feels like Universal's attempt to do something similar to the Kung Fu Panda adventure, since it's also like sitting in a large movie theater, but your seats provide a lot more motion to create more thrills. I understand the attempt, but it falls way short of expectations. The Simpsons ride is where things get interesting. If you're a Simpsons fan, the dialogue is absolutely hilarious. The queue theming in Krusty Land is detailed and fun, and there's tons of Easter eggs for fans of the show. But, and this is a big but, the simulator technology feels incredibly dated. This ride will make you motion sick faster than almost any other attraction I've experienced. It's rough, jerky, and the hydraulic system feels like it's from the 1990s. The humor also might not land with younger audiences who didn't grow up with The Simpsons. Honestly, the ride feels like it needs a complete overhaul. The flagship attraction of Super Nintendo World is Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. The good news is that this ride comes with a built-in audience that grew up playing Mario Kart. I'm one of them. And the theming and queue design are phenomenal. It also attempts to push the boundaries of what a theme park ride can be with its utilization of cutting-edge AR technology, which stands for augmented reality. It essentially means you can see the real world around you with some virtual characters meant to appear as part of that real environment. But here's the problem, and this is a big one. Did you notice how I said attempts to push the boundaries of what a theme park ride can be? Well, here's the kicker.
That was really disappointing.
The AR technology fails constantly and does nothing that truly enhances the ride experience. If anything, it actually detracts from it. I've ridden this a couple times, and you're basically just riding a slow-moving dark ride with screens on your face. And that's if you actually even look at the environment around you. What you really did was sign up to shoot turtle shells at ghost-like images of Koopa Troopas. Those are the little turtle minions of King Koopa, otherwise known as Bowser. None of this actually feels like a ride worthy of Mario Kart, and without a Universal Express Pass, the wait times are absolutely insane, often over 3 hours.
So having the Express Lane Pass is incredibly useful in Super Mario World for the Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, because we are skipping the entire line, and this line is very long. I mean, it took us probably a minute and a half to walk past the entire line from the end of it all the way to the front. So Express Lane Pass, very useful.
And the land gets so overcrowded, it's claustrophobic. Plus, to get the full experience, you need to buy a $40 power-up band on top of your park admission. And here's something they don't tell you. The steering wheels don't actually control anything meaningful, which makes the interactive elements feel fake, and the ride vehicles are incredibly uncomfortable for anyone over 6 feet tall. I mean, one of us actually got stuck.
Almost got stuck.
In the end, Bowser's Challenge is a concept that looks extremely cool on paper, but it's been poorly executed. And honestly, for the money Universal spent on this, I'd rather have something that actually feels like you're in a Mario Kart race.
So that Mario Kart race with Bowser's Challenge thing, personally, that was not worth it. I know they were trying to do this augmented reality thing, but there's a bunch of stuff around us that we could have been looking at. They could have made it more feel like you're along for the ride for Mario Kart versus trying to do stuff yourself. And then the augmented reality wasn't great, and you're spinning your head just like doing this the whole time rather than just trying to enjoy the ride. I don't know, it just wasn't for me.
I was having to focus so much on trying to play the game that I couldn't see what was actually happening in the ride. And why do you go on a ride whenever you don't get to enjoy the ride?
I was disappointed. I love Mario Kart, and that was not Mario Kart.
Since I just got my letter to Hogwarts, let's talk about the rides at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, starting with Flight of the Hippogriff. On the positive side, this is absolutely perfect for families with young kids who want to experience their first real roller coaster. The theming is beautiful. You're flying with Buckbeak through a pumpkin patch with Hagrid's hut in the distance, and it really feels like you're in the Harry Potter world. The ride is smooth, not too scary, and gives you some nice views of Hogwarts Castle. It's also a great stepping stone for kids who want to work their way up to Forbidden Journey. But here's the thing. If you're not traveling with young children, this ride is going to feel less than satisfying.
Hey, what are you gonna do? I don't actually speak different.
We're talking about a 1-minute roller coaster that barely goes 28 miles per hour with one tiny hill. For adults or teenagers, there's not a drop of thrill factor whatsoever. It's really just a basic kiddie coaster with some nice theming slapped on top. If you have young kids who love Harry Potter, it's worth doing once. If you don't, skip it and spend that time exploring Hogsmeade instead.
It's pretty funny hearing Moaning Myrtle talk to you while you're trying to go to the bathroom.
Now, the other ride in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter is one of the most technologically impressive rides ever built. The immersion in the Forbidden Journey is incredible. Combining multiple ride systems seamlessly, you'll go from sitting still to flying through the air to spinning upside down, and the queue experience through Hogwarts is almost as good as the ride itself, with moving portraits, talking statues, and incredible attention to detail.
So welcome.
Thanks!
I am Professor Albus Dumbledore, headmaster of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Our school was founded over 1,000 years ago by the 4 greatest witches and wizards of the age.
When you're soaring through the castle and Quidditch pitch, it genuinely feels like you're flying with Harry Potter. The downsides, this ride can cause serious motion sickness. It's probably the worst offender in the park for that. I have personally had to close my eyes for half the ride once or twice to avoid throwing up. The wait times are also consistently long, often 90 minutes or more, and you're required to use lockers which can add another 10 to 15 minutes to your experience. Some of the screen projections can look a bit dated up close, especially compared to newer attractions, and the ride can be too intense for younger kids or anyone with back problems. It's also notorious for breaking down. Don't believe me?
Yeah, that broke down while we were on it.
But honestly, despite these issues, this is still a phenomenal ride that changed the theme park industry.
Thanks, everybody. You're brilliant.
You've shown great bravery. Feel free to return to Hogwarts anytime.
The Mummy Returns is one of Universal's most underrated attractions, and honestly, it might be my favorite ride in the park. It's got excellent theming and atmosphere from the moment you enter the queue. The ride itself brilliantly combines coaster elements with dark ride storytelling, plus it's got air conditioning, which is a blessing on hot California days. The negatives are that it can be too intense for some guests, and it has a height requirement that excludes younger kids. The ride is also relatively short for the wait time. Jurassic World The Ride got a major renovation recently, and the improvement is night and day. The new animatronics are absolutely incredible. These dinosaurs look completely real, and the movements are so fluid it's scary. The storyline and build-up are perfect, taking you through multiple environments before the big finale. That splash drop is so satisfying, especially on a hot day, and the ride does an excellent job of building tension throughout. The practical effects mixed with the animatronics create an experience that feels much more real than screen-based attractions. The main downside is obvious. You will get absolutely soaked if you sit in the front of the ride. Some guests find it too intense, especially that final drop, and the height requirement excludes younger kids. The queue theming could also be better. It's pretty basic compared to newer attractions. But honestly, those are minor complaints for what's otherwise an excellent attraction that delivers on every promise it makes.
So what I have is a 3D printed one of those, so it's not made of metal and all cool like that. So it's very tempting with $550.
Oh, this is happening. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes. I'm getting him.
You gotta make him lay down sideways.
I know.
He's just like laying, chilling.
Yep.
So if you buy that, I get to buy the other thing, right?
No, this is $20. That's $500.
The studio tour is the classic Universal experience, and honestly, it's the heart and soul of this park. This isn't just a ride, it's a 45-minute journey through real movie sets and sound stages. It's constantly updated with new movie tie-ins, so there's always something fresh to see. The King Kong 360 3D experience is incredible. You're literally surrounded by a 360-degree screen while King Kong and dinosaurs battle around your tram. The sets are mind-blowing. You'll see the plane crash from War of the Worlds, drive through Back to the Future's Hill Valley, and learn about a ton of films and television shows that were shot on this backlot.
Now, it's awesome that they do this too. We're actually walking around the set where they filmed Back to the Future. Obviously, the facade's different though. It is a working studio, and they make changes for different movies and stuff. But it's still just being here is really freaking cool.
The guides are usually entertaining and full of insider knowledge about how movies are made. For the price of park admission, you're getting what essentially amounts to a 45-minute show, which is an incredible value. The downsides, some sections definitely feel dated. Parts of this tour have been the same for decades, and it shows. I mean, Jaws came out over half a century ago. It's partially outdoors, so weather can affect the experience, and during summer, it can get uncomfortably hot. It's also a long commitment when you could be riding other attractions, and if you're looking for thrills, this isn't going to satisfy that craving. The quality of the experience can vary dramatically depending on your tour guide. I've had guides who made the tour amazing, and others who were clearly just going through the motions. But overall, this is still one of the best theme park experiences at Universal Studios Hollywood, and something you absolutely cannot miss. Now, I already mentioned it earlier, but let's also talk about Kung Fu Panda Adventure, which is perfect for families and young kids. It's a gentle ride that won't scare anyone, and Po and the gang are fun characters that kids love. The downside is that if you're not traveling with young children, this ride is going to bore you to tears because it's not technically a ride in my opinion. It's a 4D motion theater which you don't need to go to Universal to experience since many have opened across the country. Before we get to the rankings, let me quickly mention a few other experiences. The lower lot versus upper lot debate is real. The lower lot has most of the thrill rides like Mummy, Transformers, and Jurassic World, while the upper lot has the family attractions and the studio tour. My advice: start with the lower lot early in the morning when crowds are lighter, then work your way up. And be prepared because it takes about 15 minutes to get up or down all of those escalators. Also, if you're visiting during any of the themed nights like Halloween Horror Nights or our recent visit during FanFest nights, that's a completely different experience that deserves its own video. And in that vein, you can see ours with the link in the description. For my best overall rides, I've got 3 worth mentioning. There is The Mummy Returns for its perfect blend of thrills, theming, and storytelling. It's everything a theme park attraction should be. The Studio Tour for its unique value and movie magic that you literally cannot experience anywhere else in the world. And Jurassic World for its incredible animatronics, perfect pacing, and satisfying payoff. These 3 consistently deliver great experiences that justify the wait times and park admission. Most overrated has to go to the Super Nintendo World attractions, specifically Mario Kart. The hype versus reality just doesn't match up. Between the technical failures, insane wait times, additional costs for power-up bands, and the fact that the ride doesn't remotely feel like being in a Mario Kart race, these attractions promise way more than they deliver. Universal spent over $500 million on this land, and it shows in the theming, but the actual ride experience is beyond disappointing. Best value is a tie between the Studio Tour and Jurassic World. The Studio Tour gives you 45 minutes of entertainment, behind-the-scenes access, whereas Jurassic World delivers a complete, satisfying experience with incredible practical effects that justify whatever wait time you endure. You can also meet a Velociraptor.
No, wait, blue horse, that does mean small children. There's a great example of a child wearing all red.
Now, as for the worst value, that is definitely a split between the Simpsons ride and Despicable Me. With both, you'll wait an hour for a 3-minute simulator experience that feels like it belongs at a county fair, not a major theme park. The motions are jerky, the content is basic, and you'll feel ripped off. Instead, the best for families goes to Secret Life of Pets and Kung Fu Panda Adventure. Both are perfect for young kids, have no scary elements, and provide gentle introductions to theme park attractions without being too intense. Just remember, you're doing this for the kiddos. Don't expect these to be geared toward the rest of us. If you're prone to motion sickness, avoid the Simpsons ride, Forbidden Journey, and Transformers at all costs. These three will have you reaching for the Dramamine faster than you can say, "I should have listened to this review." As for the most disappointing ride, it's definitely got to be Mario Kart. Yep, I'm still talking about this ride. For the money Universal spent and the hype they created, this should be a flawless experience that feels like you're inside the game. Instead, it's a cool concept ruined by poor execution. Before I wrap up, I've got a little something extra for you. Let's talk about the Waterworld Stunt Show, since it's not technically a ride, but it is a major attraction that deserves discussion. The good news, the live action stunts are genuinely impressive. We're talking real explosions, real fire, and real stunts performed by professional stunt performers. It's also free with your park admission, which is an amazing value. The show runs about 20 minutes, and every seat gives you a good view of the action. The bad news, it's based on one of the most disliked movies ever made, and the outdoor seating means you're sitting in the sun during California's hot weather, and if you're in the splash zone, you will get soaked.
My bad. Yep, I was filming that. Yep.
Even so, you don't need to have seen the movie to watch the stunt show. It's definitely worth checking out, especially if you appreciate practical stunts and effects. So there you have it. Every major ride and attraction at Universal Studios Hollywood ranked and reviewed. The park has some world-class experiences, but it also has some attractions that feel like they're coasting on brand recognition rather than actual quality. What do you think? Do you agree with my findings? Have you had different experiences with any of these attractions? Let me know in the comments which Universal Studios Hollywood ride is your favorite and least favorite. Catch you next time.
We were somehow in both the best and the worst seats at the Waterworld show because it had a great view. There's a lot of stuff happening right in front of us, an explosion and everything. But I feel like we got more wet than anywhere else in the entire show. I got freaking soaked.
Hey, wait, and pan down to my pants. Oh. Yeah!
Oh my God.
It's pretty generous.